You can be wrong. That's fine. You don't have to.
No, Danny, you're wrong. I'm not wrong. You're wrong.
Okay.
You can't say on one hand that you don't know his heart, and on the other hand that he wants to sow division.
He had effective opposition, so of course you're going to label it as divisive to weaken it. That's in your nature to do that because it was oppositional the way that you see
that's
things.
cope. I'm analyzing the way that he engages.
You're the one that's emotional and coping, dude. Like, you need to calm down.
You can say that. I believe that. Ryan, what I'm communicating is that he was an extremely divisive figure, and you guys are denying it. I don't know why.
He was oppositional to you, so naturally you would attack him to say he's divisive.
I'm not attacking
him. His position.
It's a fact.
Ryan, I got a question. What makes him divisive? If he's telling the truth and they don't like the truth, is the truth divisive, or is what he's saying divisive?
I don't think he was telling the truth. I don't think he was an honest interlocutor.
Well, you said earlier, you said you stand on your truth. I heard you say that earlier when you were talking to. Yeah. So it's not even the truth. You're standing on your version of something that you believe is true, but not the truth. You said your truth. I said Charlie Kirk is standing on the truth. Is he wrong for standing on the truth? And they're mad at him. Does that make them divisive? Or is it that he doesn't stand on their truth?
Like I said, I don't know what's in his heart of hearts, and it's possible that he's speaking his truth, but his truth, the way that he's spreading it, is based on misrepresenting statistics, is based on dishonest argumentation, and that's what I'm pointing out.
Can you prove all that? Or is that an assumption?
I mean, we could go through a bunch of clips and stuff. If that's what we're going to do tonight?
Well,
it's an assertion right now. Right now, I'm making an assertion.
No, I'm just asking you, like, do you have exact, oh yeah, I have this thing, I could prove it, and then we could go down another day.
I'm just come on your panel another time. We can walk through it.
I can shut this down right now. I mean, do you think he wanted to bring people over to his side or keep them on their side?
I think he wanted to bring some people onto his side. Yeah.
Do you think he had a specific methodology by picking out those people? Like whenever one college student came up, he's like, I want to keep that person on our side. And when another one comes up, he goes, not that person. I want to keep them on their side. Do you think he was methodically 4D chess?
I don't know about that, but I do know that the way he talked about DEI and the way he talked about black people in general.
No, I'm asking a general question here. I'm saying,
and I'm speaking generally about the nature of his rhetoric, right? When he talks about how he's scared of black pilots, when he's talking about how he's scared of black surgeons, I think that this is extremely divisive rhetoric. Yes.
But do you think that he wanted people to agree with him?
I think he wanted to. Yeah, I think he wanted people to agree with him that he believes that he wanted people to believe that black pilots are unqualified. Yes, I agree.
There is some
do you think he wanted? Wait, real quick. Do you think he wanted more people to agree with him after an event than before the event? Do you think that was a goal of the events?
Probably more. I don't know why.
Okay, even if you disagree with it and you think it's the most evil rhetoric in the world, that by definition,
I didn't call it evil.
It's no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying even if you did,
okay,
that is not wanting to create division. That's wanting to create unity under his belief. So
he wasn't talking.
Yeah, it's selective unity. Division. Yes, it is selective unity.
He wasn't talking about being afraid of black pilots. He was afraid of someone who got the job that wasn't qualified or was less qualified.
Affirmative
action. Black people are those people. Yes.
And that is the demographic that most likely benefits from DEI. So he would cite.
Actually, that would be white women.
How is him
that as well?
White women. I'm going to read a super chat. Shazzy Bear says, "Too much blasphemy. You guys should grow up and follow the morals you all know." Damn.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shazzy Bear.
Pretty much. Thou shalt not kill.
Sarcastic wants to give you 5 minutes in the back. Ryan, let's go ahead.
Can I real quick? Just to the next donation's also at me, and yes, I agree. I am divisive as well.
Oh,
yes.
Isn't Ryan divisive as well? Anyone with a strong ideological opinions are divisive.
Does he deserve to be unalive? No.
Yeah,
that's the question, Brian.
I never said so. Stop when you counter. Hang on. When Paige sits here and counters, does that mean that he deserves to be unalive? That's implying Paige is implicitly suggesting that I said that on Charlie Kirk. I don't. I understand. I fucking heard you, Paige. What you're implying is that I was asserting that about Charlie Kirk, and I've never ever made any of that assertion like that. I've been so fucking clear.
Shut up. At the very beginning of this, and I know not everyone was here, Ryan came on and made it very clear when the question was asked him about Charlie Kirk, when this was brought up, he made it very clear that he was completely against the assassination and everything that encompassed it. Like, we don't have to try to throw it at Ryan to that he's not promoting that rhetoric at all. He's been against it since the beginning.
I don't know why.
I think his general stance is that, is just discussing Charlie Kirk alone, not inside of the assassination. I think he's just talking about Charlie Kirk as a person and what he stood for. That's all.
And Sarah, I completely understand that, but what I don't like is saying like, well, he did certain things. Like, to me, that seems like implicatory as well. It seems like you're saying like, well, if he wouldn't have done those things, maybe he wouldn't have been unalive, which to me implies that his behavior was like an asking for it type situation. And Ryan, if that's not what you're implying, please clarify that. And I would hope that you would clarify that, because I don't think that anyone, I don't even care if they go and spout like schmatzy-ish rhetoric, and I think that that's horrible. I still don't think they deserve to be unalived. I just don't.
Yeah, and since you need me to clarify this again, I will. I also agree that does not mean that they deserve to be unalived.
Thank you. Well, thank you. So it doesn't
matter. In 5 minutes, when I come back and I have to clarify that again, I hope you hear me that time as well. When I clarify once again that I don't believe that Charlie Kirk should have been unalived, that I don't want anyone to be unalived.
You need to stop nitpicking at things that he posted online or whatever throughout the years. If that's your
I'm allowed to critique people regardless. I'm allowed to critique someone and say the violence against women. I can say these things.
Hold on.
Sarah.
Shut up for a second. Here's what I think it is. Here's my honest opinion, because I think everybody's really very upset. Not at you, Ryan, but I think everybody, especially conservative, right wing, most people that are right leaning, even some left and center people are upset as well. But mostly the right we're still grieving. Okay, so I think when you're in grieve mode, the last thing you want to hear is anything negative about the person you're grieving. And this is not a shot at you, Ryan. I think the whole nation just needs to chill out on critiquing a dead man for a few days, right? I think essentially that's probably the crux of it. It's not what you're saying, because they're probably going to happily engage in this conversation 3 weeks from now and openly debate it. But I think right now it's fresh for all of us. And I think if you avoid the critiques right now, they're probably not going to be as temperamental. I'm going to give you that thought to take to the back before.
Can I add one?
Yeah, I just think it's insensitive. It's like my grandfather died from health complications because he he had an addiction.
You're still going to be up in 5 seconds.
It would be somebody at the celebration of life being like, "Well, George shouldn't have drunk so much alcohol throughout his life." Like, if he would, I would have been like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like,
no, we're not at a funeral right now. We're not in a safe space. We're having a political conversation on a
funeral,
platform.
Ryan, like, shut the fuck up. When like if you don't think that anything is justifiable, don't say it, bro. Just don't say it. Just don't say it, man. I wouldn't be doing this if it was Dean Withers.
What I want to clarify, because Paige is freaking out again, and yeah, I understand she's emotional. I understand you're all very emotional about this. I'm also emotional about this, and I'm about to go to the back. So let me just.
You're too busy talking to listen.
One of the reasons that I'm bringing all this stuff up is so that you guys, because I empathize with you being activated by the things that I'm saying. I do. I understand that. One of the reasons I'm saying this stuff is to get you guys to also empathize with a lot of the people who see what happened to Charlie Kirk and they don't grieve as hard as you do. I want you guys to rest on that, okay? And it's not because they're horrible. It's not because you might not think it's relevant. It's not because they're horrible, evil people who love it when people get shot. It's because they are running out of empathy, right? For people who have been advocating against their rights for years.
You are too busy talking to listen.
He just made Paige's point.
He's justifying bad shit.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I was giving him like the out there, and
it's fine. It's
Thank
fine.
you, Sarah.
No, the issue with it is when you say that something is divisive, you're going to end up going into it and being like, well, he said bad things and it made people angry. So there was a justification for why they were angry. And then the fringe got so angry, they did something. And it's the idea that language of that the person's a fascist or they're a racist, or when you say it again and again and again and again and again as a term, it dehumanizes them and causes the violence. And that I agree. That is the single greatest problem in American politics on both sides. But when you're salting the wound, it's like going up to a vigil and being like, well, Charlie Kirk said some not good things. People are going to get mad at you, and then you're going to get all huffy and emotional, and it's just going to, he must be a glutton for like the attention that it gets. It's like feeding his ego or some like I don't even know what or why. It's just, he needs to, the left has so much empathy that they don't They're so busy trying to get you to empathize with them, they don't take a second to think about how their actions are affecting everyone else and how polarizing it can be.
I
think people need to be more concerned about whether or not what he's saying is true, or over how that makes it feel. Because if it's true, then your feelings are more mad about you to either measure up to the truth or you're trying to reject the truth. But if he's lying to you, I can understand why people would be angry if you know it's a lie. So, but not about how people makes it feel. How it makes you feel is irrelevant. Whether it's true or not is more important.
And that's, I just want to say, every argument that I was making with him about Kirk being divisive, I would make that argument if Kirk was alive or passed. It's not something I'm doing out of pearl clutching because I'm in a heightened state of emotion, which I am. I think a lot of us are. But I told, the reason I wanted to even come on is because I think that now is the time to continue discourse and to continue debate. And that's why I brought up, hey, if you're going to say that him debating whether what he's using is good facts, bad facts, things you like, things you don't like, what makes that divisive? But when anybody else debates for whatever reason divisive, I don't actually think people debate on either side of the spectrum to be divisive. They're trying to recruit to their side. They're trying to form some kind of unity to their team. And this is, I think, the only people that are being divisive are the ones who don't want us to dialogue. And whoever that is certainly the person who committed that heinous act. So that's what we're trying to get to the bottom of is, like I think I brought up earlier, which is a good point, if I do say so myself, is that there's one ideology that says, hey, you know what? Any sin is unjustifiable, from the smallest one to the largest one. We ought not sin, and when we do, there's zero reason to do so. The other ideology says, well, there's enough things, like if you make somebody angry and if you say enough of the wrong things to stir things up, now all of a sudden there could potentially be a justification or a rationale behind certain actions. And that's what I'm saying is like, these worldviews are incompatible because one is stuck in an infinite loop and doesn't have any kind of reference outside of humanity.
You mean like an echo chamber?
So here's the thing to be mindful of.
Oh yeah, very much.
This will be the last I'm going to say for a little bit. With Charlie Kirk, there was the thing that there was the, change my mind that Crowder did. And then Charlie Kirk started to do something similar. Back then, it was really, really difficult for the two sides to even be able to talk. Debates were at an all-time low. And what happened with Kirk is that he created that movement and created it with the discourse. And you look at what happened with the amount of censorship that was on the right, that it seemed like the left could do no wrong, that there was a whole bunch of stuff that was leaning with that. And it shifted a lot of things. And it got to now, to even to the point where a lot of the people on the left, there's a lot of people that are saying like, fuck the Democratic Party. They are disgusting. And they're like what I am, and I can't stand it. Or people that are like, oh, I disavowed Friends or that kind of stuff, because that's how much of an impact Charlie Kirk had. That's why so many people are upset, and that he's representative of that dialogue. And I would agree with you that even if you think that people use cheap tactics or you think they're disingenuous, they're trying to cause problems, that's why you engage with them through the discourse. And it's the way that we can actually heal this country.
Dreadhorn, I apologize. Let me read this, please. Dreadhorn comes in with the big 50 and says, Eli, thank you. Keep fighting the fight, brother. And Sarah, much love. Thank
Not one
you.
step back.
Not one step back. And I want to say thank you because the night started off really slow and it was kind of I don't know. It's been a weird day, I think, overall, and there's been a lot going on YouTube, and I'm all for Paige. I saw you even said it in the chat how maybe making this a separate show. I'm okay right now. To me, I'm gathering people need to talk about it. That's what I picked up as you guys started really digging into it, and if it costs me a little extra time tonight, I'm gonna do it because this is, like I said earlier, it's very fresh. And when people grieve, a lot of people go through different emotions and different things that they need to do. We obviously are talkers. We all talk out our issues here. This is what we do. That's why we're on panels. That's why we're on YouTube. That's why we're, part of the Panelverse and we do this stuff. So if I can provide that space for you guys, that sounds gay to say it that way, but if I can provide that space for you guys to come on and even if it costs me an extra hour of sleep, it's okay.
But please
We're
give
already
money.
here.
I was just gonna say, y'all. No, this is important.
Well, we appreciate you, Sarah. We do.
No,
Yes,
Sarah,
we do.
you are under no obligation to do so. But nobody's denying that this isn't historic, that we're not living through the stuff we're going to tell our grandkids and great-grandkids about. So everybody,
I'm deleting my channel before then, but yeah.
But everybody who's watching, if you needed that too, please show Sarah some love because she's under no obligation to do so.
We do have a forum like this, which I really am grateful to Sarah for. Because when 9/11 happened, that's the only thing in my lifetime I can think of that's similar to what happened to Charlie in the middle of a debate, that person being killed, the representative of that's a shot at America with that happening at that time in that way, how it went down on a college campus, representing everything that's wrong and evil. And that 9/11 had echoes of that. But you could talk to your family or your classmates, but you still felt very isolated. And here on the internet, we can have these forums to be able to have debates and interact and talk about these things, which part of the way that people get radicalized or isolated or have PTSD or whatever you want to call it is they go through these things and they don't have a way to process it and feel like they're understood and acknowledged with whatever they're going through, so they can give it a hug and then put it on the shelf and move on with their lives, or at least be different from it, but not have it be the monkey on their back that's always dragging them down. And it's, people, it's important to feel heard. And it's important and I hate that they stole the rainbow, and I hate that they stole safe spaces. It's
I
okay
wasn't
for
using
us
the
to have
rainbow for anything personally, but I get where you're coming from. Sir, it's okay if it's a little gay, because as we all know, gay means happy.
That's what it means.
Yeah. You guys
I
all
love
got
rainbows,
that song.
by the way. I fucking love rainbows, and I hate that I can't do rainbows everywhere sometimes because I can't do it. Even my wedding, I didn't have rainbows, but I had my bridesmaids and groomsmen. Everyone had a color of the rainbow that they our theme color was actually gray, right? And then my accessory color was purple. So all of my flowers and my shoes were purple, little things here and there. It's a deep purple. Probably sounds gay, right?
Not really.
But then the rest of the first two groomsmen and the bridesmaid were, I think they were yellow, and then it was a pink color, then a blue color, then and it just went on, and all of my flower decors down the aisle were all rainbow oriented coloring. And I'm just mad because I couldn't say that without sounding gay.
None of us here are colorful.
That was a Christian symbol.
Hey, it was God's promise first. Don't forget, they always try to twist it, the number 666 holds no power. They just try to make it their own thing, or that the rainbow means this other stuff.
And pride's not a sin, because we can have our pride rally. But look, it's the internet, guys. We can do anything.
Did they steal it, or did they steal it, or did the Christians
no,
concede to give it to them? Like they handed over.
I think that it's no small coincidence that the Pride people took the symbol that was actually right after God's wrath on people for engaging in degeneracy and sin. Yeah, I think it's no coincidence that that is now theirs, and that's just me as a fundamentalist Christian, but. Maybe
that's what I was.
What's funny is growing up, my dad, when he did the mural on my wall, and my theme in my bedroom was Noah's Ark, so I had a giant rainbow on my wall, and
that's cool.
It was. I loved it. I loved it. So of course, I end up incorporating the rainbow into my wedding later, but I can't even fucking have my child.
Rainbow bright. Rainbow bright. Okay, I don't know if that was your era, Rainbow Bright. I know my sister had a bunch of Rainbow Bright stuff back then.
The Lisa Frank stuff too.
Oh my God, Lisa.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
My
Sarah.
parents hated that. My mother actually was like, "You can't have any of that degenerate crap on any of your notebooks."
I had a question for Sarah.
Marte wants to leave. Let's let him give his exit.
No.
Before or after he talks about his masturbated videos?
Well, I just want to say, like, I feel bad because I feel like this all got real from
What did I
Marte's
miss?
topic.
Marte and I, we were already very well aware of the day and the context and what was going on, and so we just decided to push through with the topic and roll with the punches. And I give it up to Marte for, especially after all of this stuff, for still coming through and being willing to just kind of throw down something that is completely outside of what's going on in the world right now.
So he's just great. Never again, Marte.
Marte, Crucible Crew, N1SB.
Well, I'm pretty sure me and Eli.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Yeah, I was waiting for a time to talk. I was like, am I allowed to talk at all? So this is the thing. I've been putting up with a lot of bullshit. Like, I mean, look at my name right now, two-way. I guarantee you Nala Ray isn't being attacked by her own crew. Like, she's not being faced with all this or any of the grit that she has to deal with. I deal with this for my own group chats, and I get razzed a lot, and it just, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing, though. I've been dealing with a lot of this, and I get attacked from all sides, and it's like, for me to have anybody let up on this, maybe it's the cross I have to carry. One thing I will say, I know the conversation switched up, and rightfully so. I didn't have any detractors showed up. So, yeah, of course. I do want to say one thing. There's probably going to be a debate on the table, Sarah, between you and me. Roma Army has sent probably like 50K to my IG to just talk shit in my comments. So I'm going to do a response video and challenge her to a debate. The topic will be that she is irresponsible in leading men's rights groups, and she's a grifter. I'm going to call her out on this and challenge her to the debate. And
do you just want me to reach out on your behalf, or?
Well, I'm going to reach out to her, or you can reach out. We'll talk about this, but this is crazy. She's sending all of her white knights and simps to my whole channel, and maybe she's trying to match it for it. But yeah, this is going to go down. I'm going to do a response video on this and challenge her to this debate because she is grifting and using a men's rights advocate's faux pas excuse to go ahead and grift off of men. So yeah, I have all those too, for OnlyFans and all this complete bullshit. So yeah, if she wants to go to war, let's fucking do it. So I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm all for it. If you challenge her and she accepts, just point her in my direction, and then I can do my magic from there and get you guys set up. I'm happy to do it.
Sounds
good.
Good
to see you, Marte. Good to see you, Marte.
Nice to meet you, Marte. I was wondering whether it was going to happen.
I showed up. I have a really bad sinus infection, and I told her I'm just doing this because crushing opponents is very therapeutic, medicinal. But yeah, there was no opponents tonight. It was maybe radical, just spouting off this regular nonsense. That's it.
Hey, Marte.
What's up, man?
Even though we might disagree about some things, I always got your back, dude.
I don't think we've ever disagreed, really. We just had questions and conversations.
Yeah. And
just kind of feeling it out kind of things.
One day, Radical Coder will grow up, and we'll all be able to say our little man has finally grown up.
And Destiny Jr. is not growing up, so
I know, right? Look at how far Destiny himself got. He got to like 4 feet, right?
This version of Dane Cook is not funny at all. But anyways, you guys have a great. I got to rest.
Have a great night, dude.
Yeah, man. Bye, you too. He seems like a good guy.
Sarah, I did have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Well, it may be a little personal, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But like, I personally, I have a kid, and when it happened yesterday, I had to have this really awkward talk with my daughter about it, and I was just wondering if you had any kind, like, you don't have to go into it, but like, was there kind of a thing, like, because I've heard at least that you have kids, like, did you have to have that kind of talk with them?
Actually, my daughter, as soon as the video, I'd say, got sent to me, I just got done looking at it, and I was sitting there processing it, and then my daughter came up to me. She's like, Charlie Kirk died or something like, just like nonchalantly, like Charlie Kirk. And I was like, you know this already? And she's like, yeah, like we watch him, blah, 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 blah. What happened here? I thought I brought you up. And I was kind of like, are you good? You know? And she's like, yeah, like it's, you know, like it, there's, I don't know. My daughter's like me a lot where she's just very, there's no empathy.
Well, there's also like with the school system and like the people going in with guns and stuff. I mean, you kind of get desensitized, but like,
yeah, I would agree with that too.
What my daughter told me though, when I told her, it was like she had two things to say, because it's not like she watches him or like I kind of had her like, okay, these are some people on the right, these are some people on the left, this is what they think, what do you think? And I did this kind of like, expand your horizons, learn about it with me, kind of giving her some guidance. And the two things she said is that like he was always nice to everybody and like he always would listen. That was like the two takeaway from like watching him for like 10 minutes.
Nice.
Oh my God.
My
daughter told me, she said, what she was like, yeah, I mean, he's always logical. He breaks it down. Like, I don't understand why people keep trying.
Damn.
Like,
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there would be every once in a while, like someone that would kind of get him, but then you'd see him in real time thinking about it, and then he'd start talking, like he'd like make a new point, and then in debate and discourse across the country over the next month, it would start to be echoed. It's like he was kind of a thought leader in that sense.
Yeah, for sure.
You can disagree with him, but it's like that skill to just be in front of like dozens or hundreds or thousands of people on your feet, to just be able to like constantly engage with people, like the ability to just to be able that quick to do it.
You got to be courageous too.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying being like I've been in front of like 3,000 to 5,000 crowds for. It's terrifying.
Yeah, like I've been on the stage since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. And there you are. I was wondering what happened. I'll put you back here again. And I still, like, I could have an entire choreography down and I could know all of my words and like the singing, the dancing, like everything could be locked and loaded and ready to rock and roll. And I still step out onto a stage and I'm bleeding nerves, right? Like I can feel everything coming out of me. I'm actually incredibly shy.
Well, it's why you practice for the muscle memory and like, but what Charlie Kirk would do is the improv. Like he would improvise. It wasn't just, he would have kind of similar talking points. He would kind of make the same ones, but he would always like say it in new ways, or he would like engage with different people that would challenge him in different ways to constantly be improvising. Because like I did like performances large scale, like you were talking about choreography and stuff, and I even was in a couple musicals in college and things for larger groups, and like there's that real big fear where you're just, you're a skinned cat and you're so aware and you're like freaking out, and then you get out there and you're trying not to throw up, and then all of a sudden it's over. And
I'm always around you darn theater kids. You guys always had the best drugs.
Stop bringing me theater.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm joking.
And I don't appreciate it.
Let's go into because it is 4:00 in the morning, and I have to get my son on the bus in just a few hours. And I feel like everybody's kind of toned it down. Everybody's we all everybody, like I noticed the topic shifted a little and we kind of went into a better space.
Thank you for answering my question. I do got to run though. But
I don't. Great. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and give us your closing thoughts first, Octavius?
Oh, sure. Well, there's a thought I had not too terribly long ago, in the sense that we all have an American dream, and if we're not careful, it's going to become an American nightmare, where there's going to be people that are thinking horrible things about their neighbors and people that think differently and dehumanizing them, and the way that can continue. And it's up to us to like really try to be there to like put a stop to it. With maybe we need to change some of our rhetoric, and maybe we need to like think about why it is we disagree, like on both sides. Like the right does it, the left does it, and it's something that if we're able to keep talking, we're at least not like sharpening the knives, and it's something really important to do. And I would highly encourage, if anyone is in a really bad way, there's the 988 number you dial on your phone. If you like need to talk to somebody, it's not necessarily that you want to like hurt yourself or whatever, but it's like if you're stressed, you're worried about something, and like this Charlie Kirk thing is like really heavy, and you may not have a support. Then if you need to, because I've had over like more than a dozen like fellow soldiers that killed themselves. And it's like, I would highly encourage anyone, if you're ever in a bad place, to reach out.
It's very important. That's very true.
Perfect.
All righty. Well, y'all have a good night.
See you as well.
Bye.
Yep.
Give us your closing thoughts, sir.
Okay, I didn't expect to get called so soon. Can you give me a minute? I'm literally about to use the restroom. I'm sorry if that's TMI.
Taking a shit? Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Go wash your hands.
He's currently tied up. You can tell.
You can hear it all too. All of it.
Fair enough. Glenn Lawrence, sir. Glenn's taking a shit too.
Oh no, he's also tied up in the bathroom with the other guy. No.
Kazak, to you, sir.
Oh no, he's there. He's there. Hey, Kazak.
Who's got the double?
Why am I hearing double?
Checking. Kazak, do you have?
I'm good now. You know.
Wait, is it you?
No, that wasn't me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Who brought tied up? Tied up just joined.
Yeah, we're doing closing thoughts.
Yeah, that's what my face is showing for, sir.
I had to give you a hard time. Paige, nice to see you. Eli, good to BS with you. Same thing with Ryan. Sarah, thanks for having me. As far as closing thoughts, I just I don't know, with everything that's going on, I just, you had a channel tonight that was you had scheduled, a debate, and I'm just glad that.
Shut up, tied up.
Oh, just making sure. All right, remember that.
No, pretty much tied up. That hair right there is going to hit him in the teeth about 5 or 6 times, and we're going to look at it and laugh at it. But Eli, Ryan, Sarah, all you guys, Paige, I just, good night. Yes.
Keep it together, Paige.
Lord have mercy. Oh
well, tied up is gonna hit that hair on his teeth so many times. So see you later.
Thank you, Kazak.
Oh, Zach, God bless you, sir. You're amazing.
Tied up.
Oh my God.
W. Just
you're muted.
Who's next?
Kazak. He might be using his Fortnite username, which is ironic to his Mexican heritage. But anyway, this is my closing statement.
Charlie, why is your hair in your mouth, bro? Get it out.
Well, I'm used to eating hairy pussy too. Your mom is to blame for that. She trained me, so I'm used to talking with hair in my mouth. So anyway, Nova Star, we're gonna talk later. I'm gonna hit you up on the side. I'm not gonna lie, you look hot. But all right, this is my closing
statement. Thank you, but I'm taken.
Charlie Kirk, he went out the best way anybody can go out as a Christian. All right, he died for what he believed in. All right, Matthew chapter 10, verse 34 says that Jesus, he said, I came to actually make a division, be divisive. He said, I'm going to turn mother against father and father against daughter. So if he's a Christian, he actually is supposed to do division. But now, he's a lucky guy. I mean, he's going to have he's going to be the keynote speaker for Tupac and Biggie tomorrow morning. And then he's going to be opening for Pop Smoke as well. So I feel like he's a very privileged individual right now. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be heaven gates. He's not going to have no more pain. And he might be a part of the 144,000. It depends how ugly they are and what you believe in and metaphorically. So shout out to Charlie. I mean, he's a very lucky guy. He followed Jesus to a T. Maybe 2 years a little early, maybe 2 years. But he just followed Christianity to the T. He died from the bleeding. He did the little neck thing. I thought he was fucking Harlem Shake for a little bit. But so shout out to him, man. He should be very proud. And his family, I give my condolences, flowers to him. But other than that, the motherfucker went out just like Jesus. Except for there wasn't no Judas. It was him himself who betrayed himself. His dumbass. He actually admitted it on 20v1, where he admitted to having his emotions let him insult somebody. He she wasn't going to last long anyway, guys. That's why Donald Trump barely went second. Yeah, that's why. Fuck him and fuck anything he stands for.
Yeah, fuck the angler fish and their goddamn lure.
He probably like to get butt raped and duct tape. I don't know, but in heaven they're gonna be nice to him. He's a good guy. I'm jealous. He's gonna be high fiving Jesus. Pop Smoke is gonna be up there with him, and Robin Williams is gonna be giving him a high five. I'm jealous. I always want to ask Robin Williams questions. That motherfucker. All right. So anyway, yeah, he's gonna be a keynote speaker. All right. Anyway, so yeah, salute to him. And Nova, put your Instagram in the chat for me so I can follow you. Then maybe we could, work a little couple things out.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Please follow me. That's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, put it in the chat before it's too late. They're gonna ban us. Paige, also, you cute. You like the naughty cute though. You like.
Oh shit!
Oh no! We're going there.
Closing statement.
Fix your dreads tied up.
Closing statement.
No. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Your closing thoughts, please.
My closing thoughts. I just got done screaming. It was all about this topic. It's wrong for anybody to sit around and say that it's okay to off somebody because of their political or ideological beliefs in this country. So there's no justification. You can't do it. You're never going to sell me down that river. And come join me at School of Thought, your host, Nova Star. I do all type of stuff, news and commentary on other things. It's a lot of fun. That's it.
Thank you, Nova. Paige, to you, darling.
Yeah, Sarah, thanks for having me on as always. Look, I had no preparations to actually join this panel on the original topic, so I'm just going to divert to what we actually spoke about. Oh. And I'd like to leave the panel with this. I would like to leave the panel with Luke 23:32. And Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing. I don't think the correct response of the left or the right at this point should be to retaliate. I don't think we should be radical, but at the same time, I don't think that we need to succumb to their wishes. I don't think we need to say it's okay to justify the unaliving of a good man because of something he said online. At the same time, I don't think it's okay for us to see TikTok lives and other posts celebrating his death and to say, you know what, I'm not going to comment on that. Comment on those things. Comment on those things. I'm not calling for people to report or take radical action against them, but I'm just saying use a counter movement to our advantage. Don't just stand there. It's not going to benefit anyone. We wouldn't do this to Dean Withers, would we? And if you would, you need to look inside yourself and say, am I a Christian? And that's all I'm going to say. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, panelists. Thank you for, despite my horrible critique of you, you still stayed on panel. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Paige. Dragon Ridge, to you.
All right. So I'm going to kind of stay on the later topic as well in the situation. I'm just going to say this right now. Eli, I hate you, but no, I'm just kidding. You kind of stole a couple of directions of what I wanted to start bringing up, but you just kind of blasted it out there like a shotgun in that situation. Here we go, let's keep going. But actually, I will say that I should try to catch up with you and chat with you because you definitely have a lot of like-minded conversations. And so in that point, it's absolutely horrible what happened. I'm in the situation right now where I'm tired of even seeing people saying, it wasn't right, but I hated his points of views. Hate is unfortunately the situation right there. That word, you may dislike his views, but first and foremost, right now, he's a father, a husband, and he was a human being. And in the situation, straight up, should never have happened, no matter what his points are. And Ryan, yes, I give you your rights in the situation of absolutely you are able to say, that he's done, had said some stuff that was bad. Just like Sarah said, though, recommendation, kind of wait a little bit of time, man. Just give it a little bit of time. I'm okay with it, but somebody might not. It's just a point that we need to stop calling people these things that are very hateful, the most evil of things that exist, because it does create that trigger. Just like you were bringing up about segregation.
Yo, Christmas is coming, bro.
Shut up, tied up.
Shut
it's
up, tied
closing
up.
thoughts.
I stayed quiet while you were yapping off the entire time. So in the situation, just like you were bringing up about the whole segregation, people being, stirred up because of it, right now using those words of racist and everything else, he may have the points, but he was not. So in that situation, that creates more problems and more drama and could lead to more situations. Let's back that off. Let's just say he doesn't have that great a point of views, or the next person, I don't agree with his points of views. Stop using those words. Alrighty, that's it. And again, thank you, Sarah, for absolutely bringing everything, and I enjoyed that little music session.
Thank you, Dragon Rage. Trippy to you, sir.
Charlie Kirk, a guy that I share actually a lot of opinions with. I got into a long discussion today, very quickly, with my best friend's little brother about how he believes that Charlie deserved it, and he has a lot of those like extremist beliefs, and I've been calling him on his BS for a few years now, and every time I do, he ends up getting real quiet. I've invited the guy to have a discussion on multiple occasions. He's just like a lot of folk with similar beliefs. I'm not going to say it's all of them. Obviously, Ryan, the coder over here, he's not one of them. He'll have a discussion. I like that. I like the ability to be able to talk to people on a one-on-one basis, or multiple, whatever. And Sarah, you always bring that. You got that openness to your panel. It's always awesome to see. I like to see the people that will show up as well, and I can respect anybody who will. Like, I've got respect for Right Uncle Coder and others like him that have come on here or wherever. Eli, you're kind of new to me. I like you. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. Tied up. Be careful with those dreadlocks. Don't accidentally get tied up. Zach, I saw your teeth. And Dragon, I think this is the first time we've been up together. Good guy. All right, everyone's a good guy.
Man, I never heard that before. Good one. I never heard that before. Good job, dog.
No,
okay,
Trippy,
be careful. You're sweating.
Trippy, we've been on like 4 different.
We have, right?
Yeah.
I had to hear your voice for that to soak in. And Star is the best man on the panel.
I am.
Yep, that's right.
I'm gay. I'm officially gay today. I'm officially gay.
Hey, check it out, dude. Watch this. Look, they honk. You see that? You hear that? Yeah.
No, it sounds like you stole somebody's Barbie doll house, and that's what you're playing in the background. But anyway,
Ryan, would you like to give your closing?
This is the first time I heard that.
I would. So, I'm going to start by reading a few quotes. There was Libs of TikTok, which posted all in caps on Twitter shortly after this happened, saying, "This is war." There was a video of someone who I've heard is a pardoned J6er. I haven't been able to confirm this, so I won't say that with certainty. But you guys might have seen the video. It's a guy who says, and I quote, "This video is for the fucking liberals. It's war, motherfuckers. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your self-righteous bullshit lectures. I don't give a fuck. We're coming for you." Elon Musk tweeted, "If they won't leave us in peace, then our choice is to fight or die." I don't know who they is there. Trump, in his statement, blamed the radical left and conveniently left out the murder and attempted murder of Minnesota state representatives. Now, for me, my closing statement, because those are statements by other people, I've been so clear all night, over and over and over, that I don't believe this was justified. It's horrifying and awful, and I resent anyone who's implied otherwise. I do understand why so many people have extreme positive and negative emotions about Kirk. We've sat here all night listening to a lot of the positive reasons that people, or a lot of the reasons people have positive takes about Kirk. And whenever I try to give the other side, I've been accused of justifying the attack. Again, I resent this. I find it disgusting. If we want to de-escalate, we have to acknowledge that the right wing has been ratcheting up this rhetoric for years. Several months ago, Democratic electives were murdered and attempted to be murdered, and no flags were brought to half-mast by the president. In fact, in his response, I guess I already pointed this out, but when he's pointing out what he calls left-wing violence, he didn't mention his peers who were attacked and killed. People online, as I demonstrated, are calling for war against the left. That includes me, right? who's this person who comes on these panels and has conversations with all of you all the time. That includes me. The radical left includes me. Despite having no idea who killed Kirk or why at this point. We can make all sorts of assumptions, obviously, but we truly don't know the reason right now. And even if we did find out, it was some radical leftist that still wouldn't justify all of this escalatory rhetoric that we're hearing. I think we're going to see a crackdown on free speech, particularly on the left, that we've never seen before. And this is unfortunately going to embolden the Trump regime to do exactly that. And even if nothing I said above this was true, I'd still condemn the violence. I would still have empathy for Charlie and his family, even though he has personally spoken out against having empathy for others. He didn't take my empathy from me in his life, and he won't take it from me in death. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ryan.
Hey, you're one of the good ones, Ryan.
Yeah, he fucked up half the panel tonight anyway, too.
Shut up, tied up. Go ahead, Eli.
All right. Well, before I say anything, I want to say that if you go on X and go to Tucker Carlson's X account, there is a give, send, go for Kirk's family. Yes, Charlie Kirk was, a wealthy guy. He made a lot of money, but all of his earning potential has been permanently tapped off, and he was only 31. Usually takes even the wealthiest of guys. I don't think, he was anywhere on Jeff Bezos range or anything, takes them to their 60s to get that everything set up for their kids, and I think that if you have a few dollars to spare, if you feel the way I'm sure most of us do, it would be very worthwhile to go donate a few bucks and make sure that, after all that his children and his wife have endured, that they might have some security in the wake of this. So just wanted to throw that out there. I don't think that it needs to be said how terrible or awful this was. I find, I think we all know that. I don't think it goes without saying, right? But what does need to be said or pondered is why, and what do we do going forward, and especially why Charlie? That's the question I've been asking myself, at least. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure I've exactly figured it out yet. It's been the question since I first found out. I don't believe it's what he had to say, and nor do I think it would ever matter, even if he was, like I said, Grand Wizard of the super villains clan of all objective evil. I don't think that rhetoric is the problem. I don't think you could or should make that a problem, at least not, the way America has gotten to where we've gotten by having freedom of ideas and discourse and changing our perspectives over time, through things like slavery and everything that we've done. We did through debates, we did through discourse, and at least that was no small part of it, right? So that's why I look at this sphere. They call it the debate sphere, right? This is, I think it'll be looked back in history on both sides as where it all really went down, and that's why last time I made a closing statement, I so rudely forgot to thank Miss Sarah, who hosts spaces like this. And I'm not being a brown noser. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I firmly believe that, maybe 100 years, several hundred years in history, they're going to look back on these little microcosm, micro universes in the digital space, because, so much of us, of everything we do, everybody has their own little universe, right? And the debate universe, I think, especially right now during what I think is a watershed moment, especially for the American Christian, this realm is where we're ultimately going to find ourselves, and where we're going to pave our direction whichever way we go. And if you have any dog in the fight, whether you got kids, heartfelt beliefs, what Charlie would have wanted, and what I don't speak for him, I'm just guessing, but this is where it happens. This is the battlefield. This is where we flesh out the good from the bad. And lastly, thing I'll say is that it's a comparison of worldviews. I'm always saying this. It's not just what stats you have or what material immediately practical thing you've got going on, but how do you view the world at large? How do you value humans? What do you think about why we're here and why we've got our feet in the ground and why there's blood in our veins and a heart in the middle of our chest? I don't think it's random. I don't think that it's pointless or simply mechanistic. I think that the side that I fight for, the Christian side, and I'm a piss poor example of a Christian myself, but our worldview is the one that says, hey, there is meaning, there is purpose. And I would ask anybody on either side to figure out, why do you believe what you believe? Why did Charlie do what he did? And why do, other folks do what they do? There is a reason. And we'll figure it out one day in spaces like this, thanks to people like Sarah, who bravely, and nobody can say it's not brave anymore. It's very, very brave.
Are we losing him?
Oh, we lost him. Here he comes. I think I saw him move. He's moving.
That was actually pretty good, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Come up here and say, you know what? I'm gonna spend all of my time and energy making sure that this kind of.
We lost him again.
All right, look at God. Look at God.
The internet.
Oh, hold on. He's switching out. All right, let me move this one. There you go. I think that was your internet's way of telling you to shut up.
Eli, you're getting long-winded. Anyway,
the internet decided that. I think.
I didn't mean to be dramatic. I promised myself
started lagging, dude.
Short, and I didn't. So anyway, that's it. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for what you do. This is where history's made, and I've got your back. That's what I got to say.
Aw, thank you. That's very nice to hear those words. I got your back. And I have all of my panelists back in terms of I'll gladly host all of your debates and support you debating.
I technically don't have a back. I never drew one.
Oh, God.
I just have a front.
All right. Well, I'm fucking tired as shit, and Eli just took a whole hour to finish his closing thoughts.
It's what you just said that, and I actually had to check to make sure it wasn't an hour. I was like, no, I didn't. Oh, okay.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
You were pushing 12 minutes there.
Time flies when you're being pretentious.
It's okay. I already accept that people on closing thoughts, they want to get all of their stuff out, but I don't, so fuck off.
This video was somewhat informative. That's all I got for today. Until next time, see ya.